the mutable signs learn more from experience than almost any other signs, but they often have the least to show for it. They get the most understanding, the most perspective, but the least established or at least made of it. Whereas the fixed signs are trying to accumulate things and get things. They accumulate the most, but they don't diversify much. They get boring. The cardinal signs are driving to get whatever they're interested in to make it happen. And they're pushing to make things happen, and they have the drive, not the stability. They don't want to just sit still. So the drive, being alive, so in the cardinal signs, you're driving to make things happen. In the fixed signs, you're concentrating to consolidate, to have things. I'm trying to be just who I am. That's the cardinal. I'm trying to have what I have is the fixed. And I know how to use what I have. I know how to use it. I'm trying to use it and find different ways to use it. That's the understanding of the mutable signs. So mutable signs usually have problems of too many things going on rather than too few. Too many systems, too many ideas, too many things. And they're always scrambling to pull them all together. And they're capable of doing that. But they can run circles around most of the fixed signs, but a fixed sign will never run around like a mutable sign. So these are, again, simple basics of astrology, but seeing how they work with each other, as soon as you can't think of getting a blank about one, you go look at the other side and see the opposite, and you know there's some stress there, and suddenly it helps you understand the way it works better. The Virgos, Pisces, when a relationship ends, they're so emotional, they're trying to be kind, they're trying to be helpful about it, they're guilt-ridden about it. Virgos, when a relationship ends, they say, that's it. They analyze, that's it, and they're not reflecting anymore on it. Like, they made a practical decision, and they get busy with other things, and they move on. They're a much more independent way of going at it. So these concepts can expand to thousands of different circumstances. And as you do people's charts, you run into these circumstances, and this will keep growing. And these ideas will keep going. But you need to see it. You need to make the connection. Watch these categories. Make it real. See it in people. Observe these categories in people to just confirm, oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Little kids playing. You can see it, how they work it. So old people, anybody, you watch them for a little bit, you'll see it. Go to a bus station. Go to a restaurant. Just watch people. Check out what sign you think the waiter is, or the cook is, or something. You have a fast-moving waiter that's running around doing everything, and you have a slow cook that has their own way of doing it. There's going to be a clash. Okay, so the Sag is the next mutable. It's the mutable fall. So Libras dream of the perfect relationship. Scorpios want to consummate it. And for a Sag, just consummating a relationship is smothered. They want to consummate the relationship, but then do a lot of things and see all the things you can do with the relationship. We'll find all the ways there are to relate, all the things to see. They get much more philosophical about the implications of what we can do. Let's be together. Let's travel. Let's go places. Let's do things. So they have much more enthusiasm. This is the mutable fire. It's adaptable fire in a social, nighttime is greater way. So they're trying to see, they want to know everybody. They have a feeling of being in touch with everything. So it's funny. So they have the opinions about what fits in everywhere. So Geminis have the opinions and the overview of everything. Oh, everybody knows that. Oh, that's it. But they don't have all the specific details. You say what exactly, and they won't. They're just more generalizing and get the overview. Geminis have all the specific facts, but lack the overview. So the Gemini and the Sag will always be talking and always be arguing, but they're always on opposite sides of it. And so these signs will always have a little stress that challenges their intelligence, challenges their take on things which they're trying to adjust. And they'll seem like they're not fitting into the other person's perspective. Okay, so we had the light half and the dark half of the seasons. Then we had the masculine, feminine. Then we have the 4 seasons, and each mode, the first sign of each season is cardinal, to drive, to make things happen, to be somebody. The fixed signs, the second sign in each season is to have things, to consolidate, to have things of different ways, to have relationships, to have people, to have friends, to have glory, to have money, or comfort, or style. And the mutable signs have diversity. They're always trying to adapt, adjust, and understand or see things a new way. They're trying to expand. So they have the more comprehensive way of looking at things. and they can get exacerbated by the practical person or by the driving person, but they have a sophistication in their adaptability. So each altogether, it makes the whole package. Any real good company will have a mix of all three of these signs doing, driving things, collecting things, and adapting things. But when you get a company that's all one, all cardinal or all fixed or all mutable, you're going to have special problems, special gifts and special problems with it. Okay, from here, the next, so for each of the modes, there's 4 signs that are cardinal, 4 that are mutable, 4 that are fixed, cardinal, fixed, mutable, and they all don't get along with each other. When you go to the elements, fire, water, air, and earth, there's 4 elements. So each of the modes, cardinal, there's a fire, water, air, earth cardinal. There's a fire, water, air, earth fixed. There's a fire, water, air, earth mutable. And that will work. But when we look just at the fire, this is your primary colors, the red, yellow, and blue. These are the fire signs. These are the fire, it's energy. Fire is activity, energy to burn, to shine, to shoot, to do things, to be proud. It involves pride, activity. It's not patient. It's pride and drama. It's emotional, but it's not moody emotion. It's projective. These are all projective. Hey, watch me. Here, see what I'm doing. Watch me. Here I'm going to. Let's do this. Let's do. It's adventurous. So the 3 fire signs, they're all the same element. So even one's a cardinal, one's fixed, one's mutable. So they're really different from each other. But these signs, because they're in the same element, they won't get in each other's way. They're not trying to be the same as someone else. Like 2 cardinal signs will clash, but the Aries and the Leo or the Sag, because they're all into making things happen, they know how to adjust and allow for the other's way. And they're not set off by it. They're in the same element. So many of our English expressions are based on these astrological terms in the same element. You know, like they just are in harmony or in aligned with each other, even though they're each being different. So are Aries fiery, impulsive? Do they burn? Do they want to show? Do they have pride? They want to be noticed for what they're doing? Sure, they just attack things and everybody notices what they're doing. They're not always agreeing with it. They always might think it's abrupt, but they're watching it. They're making it happen. Leos, they're fixed in it. This is it. They're the king of it. They're the queen of it. Here I am. I'm doing this. But they're being noticed for what they're doing. And sometimes they get a little bit lazy and they're not doing everything. They're choosing what they're doing. But it's still, they like that enthusiasm, that fire, that pride. Yeah, you want to get somebody, you got to make something happen. You know, like, so that energy, these are the energetic signs, the fire signs. And so the Aries is a driving, the Taurus is fixed in their own pride and self-esteem. I'm just shining. Everyone should notice me. I am who I am. There's a fixed light of being noticed, but there's the purpose of life is to be noticed, to be good at things, to be the best at things. And Leos generally feel I got to be best. I can't be the worst. I got to be the best at what I'm doing. If I'm going to be a crook, I'll be the best crook. If I'm going to be the sportsman, I'm going to be the best sports person. They just assume they're going to be the best. That seems arrogant to everyone else, especially the Capricorn and Aquarians. What an arrogant idiot. They're just assuming they're best. They don't know anything. That's Aquarian. So the Sagittarius is the mutable fire. They want to be in touch with everyone. They see the overview. They see the potentials. Everyone's, these all the things going on. So they're, it's the one sign that picks up the newspaper and goes right to the sports section or the entertainment section to see all the things going on. They want to see everything that's going on. They want to get the overview. So they see the overview and they're adapting here, they're going here, they're adjusting here. They have so many things they do. They're trying to get as many things done. They always have 20 things to do. Maybe they get 10 done. And if they don't get something, well, they get back to it another time. So one of the qualities of Sag is they have this procrastinating ability to, wow, this is a big thing. Oh, I can't get that in. I can't do all this. I got this done. I got a certain amount done. Well, we'll tackle it. They'll put it away. Oh, well, that's too heavy. I'll do that tomorrow. They have this procrastinating side. Aries doesn't have to procrastinate. They're either doing it or doing something else, or bored with it and they leave it. So, but these 3 signs, they have a way of being able to encourage each other and instigate each other in the same element of making things happen and getting noticed. If they're competitive with each other, it's not always so threatening because they're each a different style. Okay.